What's up, boys? Okay, so contrary to my expectations, y'all actually really seemed to enjoy my last video. So, I made another one. I know it took like 2 weeks. I'm lazy. F you. Anyways, what's going on? So, basically, in the Atlantic Ocean, we have three little f***ers right now. We have Tropical Storm Edward, which I'm going to talk about in a second, and we got two little f***ers. Now, okay, so the first little f***er, the one down by South America, isn't going to do anything because it is a loser and it sucks, and upper level winds also kind of suck. The other one is actually kind of interesting. Now, over here in the Gulf of Mexico, we have Invest 98L, which, for those of you who don't know, an invest is used to refer to a tropical disturbance that could develop into a tropical depression or a storm, but has not yet achieved the necessary characteristics to be officially classified. 98L looks like it will not develop in the Gulf. However, it could move offshore back into the water near the Carolinas, where things get a little more interesting. However, the model guidance varies significantly on what's going to happen at that point. So, the two major hurricane forecasting models, the GFS model and the Euro model, differ slightly on what they expect to see the storm do. The GFS model, which is currently shown here, shows it just hugging the coast, not really going far enough offshore to develop into anything unless we see a brown ocean effect or a tropical storm Julia effect, which are things I am not going to get into right now. However, the Euro model, which I am now showing, shows it going just far enough offshore that I could realistically see this becoming a tropical storm. Conditions are great, it's right in the Gulf Stream, and if it does form into anything, it would receive the name Faye, seeing as we now have Edward. If it were to receive this name Faye in about 3 or 4 days' time on Thursday, it would be the earliest F storm in the Atlantic Basin. As if we didn't have enough evidence already that this season is going to be batshit insane. Okay, so on to Tropical Storm Edward. Edward developed out of a depression that developed out of a low pressure system that was pretty obviously going to become something but wasn't noticed by the National Hurricane Center until like 12 hours before it developed, because the National Hurricane Center is kind of bad at actually forecasting hurricanes. Anyways, Edward developed, and almost immediately after becoming a tropical storm, started to undergo extratropical transition. Now, for those of you who don't know what extratropical transition means, it basically means that the convection starts to get displaced from the actual center of the storm, and it no longer has a warm core. If we look at these satellite images here, we can see that the deepest convection in Edward is pretty far displaced from the actual center of the storm. It will probably not be a tropical cyclone for more than 12 hours more at the maximum. Okay, so if we look in the Eastern Pacific Basin, there's actually two blobs out here, but one of them is so irrelevant I'm not even going to talk about it. The other one will probably develop into something and move offshore of Mexico. Could become the first hurricane of the season, actually. If it does, it will receive the name Christina. I am really only mentioning it because that's my mom's name, and that's cool. Shout out my mom. Yeah, I'm running out of content at this point. Okay, so that's basically it for right now. However, stay tuned for my next video where I will be tackling some Karens on Facebook, which is always fun. Yeah. Like and subscribe or you will die to a hurricane. Bye!